I'm so glad that you're here for this month's Outlook, September 2025. Now, this is the height of our fall season. The month is unpredictable, fast-moving, and favoring those who can adapt on the fly. Think of it as cosmic musical chairs. If you hesitate, you're left standing, but if you move quickly and play with strategy, you'll grab a seat before anyone realizes what happens. So I don't know about you, when I was a kid, I loved playing musical chairs. I was very competitive. I was many times down to the last 3 players with the 2 chairs. And did you ever notice that people would hold onto the chair and they'd like slide underneath you as you were about to sit down? We don't want that happening to you this month. So you need to be strategic. You need to be watching for the opportunities and you need to strike quickly. No hesitation this month. But you need to also know that you are going to have to adapt or create strategies to fulfill the goals that you have been looking to fulfill this year. Now, if you would like to play along as we get further into this month's overview, make sure that you have your own personal BaZi chart. You can scan this QR code. You'll be taken to my chart generator, and you can print out or just look at your chart generator on your phone so you know if you have any of the animals that are going to be affected negatively or positively in this month of the rooster. You can also head over to my website, atyson.com. Up in the upper right-hand corner, you'll see a link to free courses. I have 3 courses on there that you can subscribe to. No strings attached, no sign up of any service is required. I do ask for your email address. You can take those 3 classes and you'll find out more about you because they're all about you. They're about your life star, about your day master, and your guardian of destiny. Now, if you have liked learning some things from me, I have a special offering for you on September 11th. So hopefully you're watching this early in the month so you can take advantage of this. I am doing something called Awakening the Twin Flame Frequencies. This is a high-level breath work and sound bowl meditation. It is online, and I'm holding this on September 11th starting at 8:45 a.m. Central Time. So figure that out in your time zone. You can find out more information of why I chose this timing, what it is all about. During the session, I'll do a little teaching about the weaving maiden and the cowherd and how this influences us energetically at this time, specifically around love and relationships, but also about our own soul and the happiness of our own soul. So if that is speaking to you, go find out more information on my website. I would love to see you Thursday morning, or you will get the recording of the session if you can't attend live. So now let's talk about September. We are welcoming the Wood Rooster energy on September 7th. We don't start at the September 1st flip of the calendar because we actually follow the solar calendar and the energy switches a few days into the month. This time it happened to switch on September 7th, and this energy will be with us through October 7th, where then we will transition to the month of the fire dog. But let's talk about this wood rooster. This wood rooster is a clashing pillar, just like every other monthly pillar has been this year. Makes for a wild roller coaster ride every single month. So this is the height of the metal energy, as I mentioned, but this is metal chopping wood. So this is a clash, just like last month, metal chopping wood clash, and we saw significance in that metal wood clash last month. We've got it again this month. Metal is supposed to be one of our most usable and needed elements this year, but this month, just like last month, it's not strong enough to make too much of a difference, but more on that in a second. This autumn energy is very crisp. It's precise. It is sharp. On paper, this should feel stabilizing. However, this rooster truly does have other plans for us this month. The month pillar, as I said, is a clash. It is the metal chopping into the wood, like last month of August, but this month is more cunning. It's more strategic. There's also a clash happening in the 2025 chart. First, we have the rabbit and the rooster clash. This is a cutting energy. creating potential drama in finances, in assets, and the economy. Meanwhile, the rooster also combines with the snake, popping out more metal. But again, the metal is still weak compared to the strength of the fire or strength of the water and the wood this year. So instead of being a stabilizing force that this metal ought to be, it ends up feeling like false hope, teasing us with these shiny promises, and then poof, it's gone. So if I had to sum up the image of this month of the Yin Wood Rooster, picture a smiling woman with a knife behind her back, hidden. She's graceful, charming, polished, but don't turn your back because she is sharp, she is cunning, and she is quick. This is what we call the classic 7 killing energy in September, strategic and precise and even a little ruthless when it has to be. Now, layered on top of this, we have 2 big celestial events happening. Kicking off the month is the total lunar eclipse on September 7th. This is like the cosmic pause button. It invites us to slow down. It invites us to reflect and do some serious integration work. Buried emotions are coming to the surface. If you're paying attention, you're feeling them. And the eclipse energy will clear out what no longer fits. This makes space for new awarenesses to take its place. Then, 2 weeks later, on September 21st, we have a partial solar eclipse. This is the reset button. So we had the pause button, now it's the reset button. So the stage is cleared and you're invited to step into your life with renewed clarity. So this is really some time, this is a time right now to get rid of what's not working and step into the next phase of your life with more clarity. This entire year is about getting clear as we head into more of the period 9 fire energy for the next 18 years. We've put these together, and this is a September of transformation. Things might end for you suddenly, but the endings clear a way for what is truly aligning in your favor. Think of it like when you clean out a closet or you clean out a cupboard. You might grumble about it or just, oh my God, I just don't want to do that. But once you've done it, it's like you look in your closet and all of a sudden you see outfits that work together. And maybe you even find a great pair of shoes that you forgot you had. Except this is life cleaning. This is where you might discover new passions and talents that you'd forgotten that you really were passionate about or that you enjoyed doing it once upon a time. And you can release the stuff that really isn't working for you anymore. So lean into that energy. Access that energy because it'll help you make the shifts that you've likely been seeking for quite a while. This is when you are being supported in making those shifts and moving forward with intention. Now, our Chi-Men chart, we have moved into the West sector in the 2025 Chi-Men chart. We meet the Tiger Guardian, the Destructor Star, the Death Door, and the Delight Hexagram. Oh, that's a mouthful. But this is what it means. It means pressure releasing, something intense, maybe even something long-standing comes to a breaking point. You might close out a big project or say goodbye to a phase of your life, or you draw new boundaries in relationships, or you get rid of outdated habits and mindsets. It may feel uncomfortable and maybe a little fierce, thanks to that tiger, but the outcome is ultimately freeing. So please embrace it. Don't be afraid of it. Let the emotions come up and really make some tough decisions. It's being supported. I always say, because one of my clients has said this and I love it, feather, feather, brick. The universe gives you a sign and we ignore it. Then it gives you another sign and those of us who are smart don't ignore it. But those of us who aren't smart, we don't ignore it. We do ignore it. And then it hits you with a brick. This might be a brick month. But if you've been having this inkling of making a shift or shifting or changing something in your life, you are being energetically supported to do so. Now, thank goodness we have the Delight Hexagram influencing us. That one actually helps. Now, if we were to look at the monthly Chi-Men chart, which I don't typically do in this session, we will see that this month's month chart is what we call a Fan Yin. Last month was Fu Yin. This month is Fan Yin. So it's expect the unexpected. What you thought might happen is likely to flip to the opposite. So remember the Seinfeld episode where George did everything the opposite of what he normally does? He said no when he usually says yes. He says yes when he usually said no. And his life started to turn around for the better. So embrace and understand that things might flip quickly for you on something that you expected might become unexpected. And this is a global influence. So pay attention to what's happening in the news and you might see that Fanyan formation happening. And then finally, the hexagram of this month is hexagram 33, called retreat. This does not mean failure, it means wisdom. It's about a strategic withdrawal. Sometimes the best move isn't to push forward harder, but to step back, regroup, and be more strategic and wait for the right timing. So if you've been pushing, and you're not making any headway, take a step back, reevaluate your strategy, make some changes, and watch for the right timing, and then make your move. That's what this hexagram is all about. In real life, this might look like slowing business expansion, setting firmer boundaries in relationships, or walking away from any situations that are draining in your life. Think of this as somewhat the strategic art of ghosting, vanishing just long enough to come back stronger and more secure in the future. We also have some supportive energy in the auxiliary stars. This is the extra support we're getting. We have golden lock, wonderful energy. It's all about wealth opportunities, maybe a raise if you are due one. Make sure you ask for it, maybe get a bonus, make some investments. The general star is all about leadership. This one is calling you to step up when others hesitate. Earth relief is all about allies coming together to smooth out challenges. So it's not about trying to do everything yourself, but finding the people that you can call allies. Collaborations matter, and this earth relief actually assists. 3 stages is steady progress, career growth, recognition is possible. And then we have 2 that aren't so great. The earth ghost, this gives that emotional unease, and then the yin sha. If you become very cynical this month, the month actually will flip and become unfavorable for you. If you lean more heavily into the positive side of the auxiliary stars, then the month can become very favorable for you. So this is mindset and intention and the actions and how you use it. So in a nutshell, our monthly theme is double check your systems. Sustain your success. Keep going, but letting go of what no longer serves and what you are no longer passionate about, and remain focused and moving forward. It's about strategic forward progress, pulling back where you need to pull, but then acting quickly when the opportunity presents itself. Now is the time that you get to play along with me. So grab your personal chart and let's see what might be in store for you, because this month will treat everybody a little bit differently. And that is largely in response to what might be happening in your personal energy, energy that you have access to. Now, once you know it, you can do something about it. So let's find out what we got going on. So first of all, we have the wood rooster, which is the autumn season. It's the cardinal animal, meaning it is the height of meadow. The clash animal is rabbit. The harm animal is dog. The secret friend is the dragon. And the 3 harmony, the 3 musketeers, are the snake and the ox. So you can take a look at your personal chart, see if you have any animals in these locations in your chart, the year, month, day, and hour. You can even look at the luck pillar if you would like. That one is not so influential, but it does play a role. So year, month, day, and hour is where you're looking. See if you have any of those animals. Now, where they appear also is going to be where they affect your life. So if it's in your year, it's the most external part of your chart, so right above me here. This will be affecting your friends, your social media influence, people you know, it's the government. In your hour, it would be your aspirations and your ambitions and your intentions and creativity, your kids, your assets. So where it appears in your chart is where the influence either a clash or a harm or a combination is going to be taking place. So let's start with the clash animal. This is the rabbit, and it's pretty easy to see. The rooster brings a knife and the rabbit brings a flower. So it's yin wood clashing with the yin metal. So if you bring a flower to a knife fight, it's pretty easy to see which one is going to be disadvantaged here. So this is a physical clash. This is a time for you, if you have a rabbit in your chart, to watch out for some minor accidents, small cuts, small injury, surgeries, and also emotions. This could stir up some unease and some emotions for you. You could get more irritable much more easily this month. Then we've got some betrayal energy whenever we see the rabbit and rooster together. You could feel like people aren't doing what you asked them to, or they're betraying you. You're betraying your trust, or you lose trust in other people around you, or trusted people turn against you. So again, you look here in your chart. If you see a rabbit there, then you have the clash for the month. If you see a dog there, you have the harm for the month. The rooster and the dog don't really fight directly, but they trip each other up. Think awkward misunderstandings, loyalty being tested, or commitments backfiring. It can cause also betrayal issues. There could be some chaos if this really shows up in your day pillar, some chaos in the house or jealousy. This one also has some injury with it as well, specifically hurt neck or head. So be careful if you have a dog in your chart that you are protecting those areas of your body. And you could trust someone, but they betray you. Maybe you were supposed to be doing something with someone, but they just decide, nope, and they stand you up, or something worse. So just watch out for, again, some emotional unease. Now, if you have a dragon in your chart, you have the special friend. So the dragon and the rooster, think of the phoenix and the dragon. This is a love story. This is powerful. It pulls in people luck, relationships, and love energy. If you have dragons in your chart, expect more significance to the interactions you have with people. This one's going to pull out more metal, create another metal in your personal life, and that can influence what happens for you in this month as well. And then we have the three harmony. These are the three musketeers. The snake, ox, and rooster are best friend, wherever two of them are together. So if you have either snake or ox, you have this combination. They create metal also, and it favors collaborations and partnerships. Though remember, metal itself is weak, you will have more metal this month, so that does put you at a strategic advantage. And then our final thing to know about these combinations, whether it's dragon or the ox and snake, is that typically when we see combinations, it means it's a good thing. Look for more connections. Look for those noble people who can help you. Collaborate more, network more, build your strategic partners and allies out there. Now, another thing that we need to be alert to is what we call a self-punishment. And this is if you have a second rooster in your chart. So we have the rooster month, and if you have a rooster in your chart, you have what is called a self-punishment. This is kind of the nitpicking energy. You might be overanalyzing things in your life, second-guessing yourself, being your own worst critic. So imagine two roosters are yelling at each other only to realize they're yelling at a mirror. Very unproductive. Self-punishment center around self-love. You forget yourself, you betray yourself, you neglect yourself, you sacrifice yourself. Only you can identify what that self-punishment might be, but you're doing something potentially this month that actually puts you at a disadvantage. And it's because you're doing it. So take a look and stop it. You're the only one that can. Here's how it might show up in a chart if you had a self-punishment in your chart. You can take a look at your month, day, and hour, and if you have a rooster in there, then the self-punishment is active for you. So take a look at what you're doing and stop punishing yourself. Now let's take a look at the flying stars. This adds another layer to our energy map. Think of the flying stars as an energy map of your house. This is the feng shui piece, the energy of your house. We need to pay attention to, extra attention to the south. It has the potential to amplify opportunities if you use the south consciously. And we need to be paying attention to the northwest. This is where the 5 yellow flies into, and we want to keep this area quiet. No renovation, no moving your furniture or repainting. Keep it quiet. Use it like you've been doing all year, and you will be fine. Now, September's flying star chart brings a special note. On September 9th, there is an activation that you're welcome to take advantage of. It is in the south. It's a great day to align your space, set an intention, meditate, or take a decisive action in that direction of your home or office. You can do this specifically at 11:19 a.m. in your time zone. So around 11:19 a.m., you can set up a water activation. Keep it running for at least 2 hours and up to 24 hours, at which point you will shut it off. So I have on the screen here 2 ways you can do this. The cheap version is over on the left-hand side. That is just a large garbage can with a water pump in the bottom. The one right above me is a more expensive type of activation. This is a larger aquarium, no fish, no cover. The water has to be uncovered, and you could do this activation too. Now that aquarium is a lot of water in there, not easy to move. Garbage can, much easier to move whenever you need to do an activation. That one is a simple one and very cost effective. Here's how you will set up the activation for September. Find the center of your home, stand in the middle of your house with your phone and a compass app open. Turn, do not move, just turn in a circle, figure out where south 2 is in your house. So in this image, it would be right here. The pink line is going through the south 2. The activation will be placed on the furthermost wall of your living accommodations, whether it is a bedroom, whether it is an apartment, or whether it is a full home. You will set it on the south wall of that location. Okay, that's how you set that up. So if you are ready to do some more releasing, more understanding of metaphysics, I do again invite you to join me September 11th at 8:45 a.m. Central. Convert to your time zone. You can find out more information on my website, amytyson.com. You can register and receive more information. This is a $25 class. The cost is very low, the benefit very high. I did this live in my house. The first week of September, feedback was very humbling and very emotional for me to hear how it affected the attendees at that event. So I decided to offer it on Zoom. So if you're interested, this is a highly metaphysical spiritual release, activating a special portal that's happening right now that'll help us awaken the twin flame frequencies and release that which no longer is serving our highest and greatest good. So the final thoughts for the month is do not resist the endings. Let them go. Instead, consciously release things in your life that are ready to be released. You are the designer of your destiny. I thank you for joining me at this session of Metaphysics Monthly, the month of September, and I hope to see you next month. Please like and share. Everything that you do in that vein helps me expand the messages that I bring forth. Thank you for joining. See you next month.